everyone. So it's about time for our YouTube Live. So again, hello, my name is welcome to this BNB's YouTube Live with Opensea and all the NFT projects we've got here from BNB Chain. So I am your host for today. My name is Susie, and I am from the growth department on BNB Chain. So today we're so proud and happy to say that BNB Chain is successfully integrated into Opensea. So we have all those guests, and we are thrilled to have them all today. So for our Web3 audiences that are new to the NFT spaces, could fellow Opensea friends give us an introduction, please? So we have Parth and also Stevie over here. I'm handing the mic to you guys.
Cool, I can go first. Susie, thanks for having us. My name is Parth. I'm a product manager at Opensea. Opensea, for people that don't know, is the world's largest NFT marketplace. And we're super excited to have BNB integrated as of a couple of weeks ago. Stevie?
Hey y'all, I'm Stevie. I head community here at Opensea. Have been in the world of crypto since about 2016, and running the community side of things here at Opensea. It's really exciting for us to launch support for BNB, to bring on a lot of new communities from a lot of different amazing projects and also from different parts of the world. So we're super, super excited to be here.
Thank you so much for the introduction part, and also Stevie. So as we are proud to be on the Opensea NFT marketplace, so we have invited several partners from several featured NFT projects to speak with us about BNB Chain NFTs. So shall we start with Space ID for a self-introduction and an introduction about the projects? So Solo, please.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Susie. So I'm Solo, core contributor and head of growth over at Space ID. And essentially what we've been developing is the .bnb domain name, which is in the form of an NFT. And we even made them look a little bit like PFPs with interchangeable skins. But its main purpose essentially is really to let you replace your complex wallet address on BNB Chain with something more human readable, something more recognizable, but also that's going to be meaningful to you. Every time you would see a wallet address when you connect to a certain dApp, the idea is to have it replaced with a username instead. So whether it's yours or it's the one from someone else. And I mean, same thing for when you want to send funds to another wallet, you have to be able to send it with something rememberable, right? You can make the parallel with website domain names, where in the past you had to type in IP addresses to access those sites. But now you can just type in google.com to go on Google. We don't need to copy paste website IPs anymore. So the same way that with a wallet domain name, you don't have to copy paste a wallet address when you want to send over funds. So we knew that improving on this idea would help make us well adopted. So we decided to build Space ID, which will aggregate together additional top-level domains. So .bnb is one of them, but we'll add other ones as well in our application. And essentially, that's going to help you simplify all your interactions across different chains. We launched back in September. We've been working hard on getting as many new wallets as possible and as many dApps as possible integrated so our users can see their domain represented in their favorite platforms.
Awesome. And we also got good fellows. We've got Casey over here. So Casey, do you mind doing a self-introduction and also an introduction about good fellows?
Sorry. Yeah, thank you. My name is Casey. I'm the project lead from the Goodfellas NFT project. So Goodfellas is a collection or a series of multiple collections, NFT collections on BNB Chain. We launched the initial project back in around June of 2022. So our goal, really, we have a team of amazing 3D NFT artists consisting of Vachette, Ram Design, and Nino, aka DefoQ, who are really amazing at what they do. And we wanted to launch a series of collections that all kind of came together in one integrated ecosystem and roadmap. So that's what we've done. We launched our first collection, which was our Goodfellas Mint Pass, and that's kind of the center of our ecosystem. So holding a Goodfellas Mint Pass gives you access to at least one free NFT from each of our collections. It also gives you automatic pre-sale, reduced mint price, and then some other incentives and advantages. We about a month and a half, 2 months ago, also launched our Goodfellas staking. So all of our Goodfellas collections can be staked. We have a multi-collection staking protocol where they can all be staked and earn good tokens, which can then be redeemed for passive rewards. We also have our latest collection is called Hacked, which is part of our Hacked game. I know the name kind of is concerning to some at first. I think somebody from BNB Chain reached out the other day and said, it says Goodfellas Hacked. Should we be concerned about that? And we had to remind them that it's actually our collection name. So the Hacked game is a great time. We have new games roughly every 2 weeks where once a day, 50% of the NFTs in the collection are hacked or eliminated from the game. Users who are hacked can choose to pay a small fee to re-enter, and every time they re-enter the game, that fee goes into the prize pot for the next round. So we've had some pretty substantial prize pots each game. I think our current game has about 17 BNB in prizes up for grabs. Prior game was about 14, 15 BNB. So we have new games every 2 weeks. We've had a lot of fun participating in the game, and then we've got some. Our next collection in our series is actually going to tie in all of the previous collections in a MMORPG, a massive multiplayer online role player game, which will incorporate each of the collections that we've launched to date. Holding those collections will impact your success rate in the game. So a lot of different things going on, a lot of different utilities, and always a lot of fun for sure. And thank you for having us. We're really excited to be here and glad to finally see BNB Chain NFTs on Opensea.
That is a very thorough introduction. Thank you so much, Casey. And also, we've got Sam from World League Live, aka WLL over here. So, Sam, do you want to do a self-introduction and also an introduction?
Good morning, first and foremost, and awesome to be here with you all. So I'm the head of Web3 at World League Live, which is a game. Essentially, what we did was we created, and we are in the business of creating games that are enjoyable and fun. So mostly look at them from a Web2 perspective, and came up with this pretty awesome game, which is a soccer football-based game, right before the World Cup. It is essentially a 3-on-3 mobile, very easy and fun game to play, and you can download it on iOS. You can download it on Android. So I recommend my fellow speakers do that. And essentially, what we've done is we've reverse engineered kind of the play and earn space, where we allow kind of Web2 users to do their thing, and then obviously open the doors to Web3 play and earn if that is of interest to you. And so kind of gamifying the path into Web3. And I think that's a really interesting way of doing it, right? It's kind of changing the narrative that connecting a wallet and NFTs and the whole process is just part of the game's mechanism. And so a big part of what we're doing in the tokenization process is tokenizing the characters within the game that you're playing with, and connecting them to real life IP. So to give you an example is we just did a drop for one of the biggest legends in football, Alessandro Del Piero, who used to play for Juventus, Italy, World Cup winner, and essentially did a limited drop for his in-game character that then a user can take into the game, play within their team, and begin to earn the game token accordingly. So yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And also, like, it's great to see so many like football NFTs right now because it's the football season. And also, we've got Stay Next, which has also integrated some like football, I would say, elements into this NFT collection. So, Bernard, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Bernard. I'm the CEO of StayNex, which is a company, which is a platform being built by our company Labs Group. So pretty much StayNex is a next generation platform that allows resorts and hotels to get on board Web3 in a very seamless and easy to use process. So we pretty much help traditional hotels and resorts who have not any experience in Web3 to help them get on board. So pretty much this platform enables these properties to create and customize their own timeshare and residence club membership products to be embedded onto NFTs. So this NFT, which we call the Stanex Pass, essentially adds revenues to assist them to add revenues to their properties through separate products. On this platform, basically, users can choose from a variety of properties globally, and just by holding our Stanex passes, users can enjoy a hotel night's utility, exclusive perks like discounts to F&B, free massages, and through our new partnership with Arsenal Football Club, which was announced last week, users can also win a chance to watch football matches in Emirates Stadium in London. So pretty much we're in the business to help users to collect a portfolio of stays globally and to achieve global traveling freedom. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Bernard. And thank you so much, everyone, for the great introduction. Great to see a nice variety of NFT projects on BNB chain and Opensea right now. So let's kick off some questions about the NFT industry as a whole. So what do you think, what do you guys think about the integration of BNB chain NFTs into Opensea? And how does this affect your project? Perhaps let's still start with Open Space ID.
Yeah, thank you. So, I mean, obviously, it's great visibility for us. I mean, when we were allow listing wallets to pre-register their .bnb names back in August, we gave a good portion of these allowlets to like big holders of ENS to try and like get their attention. But still, like most of them only play in their own field, right? Which is like Ethereum. And I mean, getting BNB chain added to Opensea means not only we gain visibility from them, but we also simplify the access to our domains on the secondary market. It's very hard to get a user to try out a new platform when you're custom. Meaning it's very hard for ENS traders to just hop on a BNB chain exclusive NFT marketplace. And they're all traditionally using Opensea since this is where the volume is for, on Ethereum mainly. So we obviously want access to this market of users, right? They fit our ethos of what we're trying to achieve. We love what ENS is doing. So we love their users, obviously their holders. And well, now we can keep using Opensea like as their main NFT marketplace. They can keep that and discover the .bnb mains and do their trading there without having like to change any of their habits. And I mean, when they start connecting the dots about how they are like 2, 3, 4 times more like daily active wallet addresses on BNB chain, like they'll see the value of rare names, right? And once they do, well, it's going to be offered on a silver platter of Opensea, I guess.
Cool, awesome. So let's hand the mic to Goodfellas, to KC. So what do you think about this integration?
Yeah, so it's something that I've spent a lot of time talking about over the last, several weeks, as I'm sure we all have. In addition to my work with Goodfellas, I've spent the past year, I founded with a few other folks, the BNB Chain NFT Growth Alliance, or BNGA. And really the goal was to help kind of propel the BNB Chain NFT scene forward and really help it realize its full potential. And, in my mind, I think the listing on Opensea brings us one step closer to that. Do I think there's a ton of people on Opensea who were just sitting there waiting, going, man, when are these BNB chain NFT is going to get here. I hope they hurry. No, but I do think there are investors there who are interested in finding new, innovative, quality projects that will make their way over to the BNB chain side and hopefully poke around and see what's out there and come across projects like Goodfellas and those on the call here. So, in my mind, I think it helps legitimize BNB chain and the NFT scene. Not being on OpenSea, I feel like was a barrier there. And two, it certainly puts us right in front of the biggest marketplace in the NFT scene, which can't be a bad thing. So I think it's just the next step towards BNB chain really reaching the potential that I think exists.
Absolutely. I agree with you because it's a next step for BNB chain NFTs. So how about Jazam from the point of view of WLL? What do you see this integration?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was inevitable. So, and obviously a ton of work. So I thank you both sides for making it happen. And look, I mean, it's obviously different from a game's perspective because as a game, you need kind of all options available. And the whole reason that we're looking at tokenizing characters and rewards and things of that nature is to allow users that spend time and energy and commitment inside the game to then be able to get a reward or be able to do something with the characters if they decide to leave or if they decide that they want to benefit from their long hard hours and sweat, right? And so the fact that we are our NFTs are BNB backed essentially gives our users another option, an area where they're able to go on OpenSea to put their characters there and create that secondary market that is needed. So if you can imagine, as World League Live, obviously you've got a ton of different players, ton of different IP that are in different levels, right? The more that you play, the more that you put into the game, the higher up your character is leveled up. I think you all get the picture. And essentially what you're able to do is you're then able to figure out, okay, well, I've got to the point where, I want to put my player on sale, or I want to maybe get ahead of the game and buy a player at, this specific level so that I can beat others. And so it just puts gamers in an epic position of, kind of getting ahead in the game or being good enough to, build and then essentially getting some value out of all that time and energy.
Absolutely. And also OpenSea is definitely the OG of all the NFT marketplace. We will definitely talk about that in the later questions. But handing the mic to stay next to Bernard. So what are your point of view of this integration? Bernard, you're muted.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so pretty much integration of BNB chain to OpenSea makes perfect sense. Since OpenSea is the largest NFT marketplace in the world and Binance, backing BNB chain is also one of the most diverse ecosystems in the industry, you see. So, I mean, StainX has been built on BNB chain right from the start. So we're integrating other protocols like Binance Pay. And, for us, adoption is key. So when we're building our platform as well, we would like to make it as easy as possible for people to get as much access as possible to our NFTs as well. As real estate, for example, and resorts and hotels, what we're doing, it's not limited to a specific chain. And definitely, the addition of BNB onto OpenSea just opens doors for us to a much wider audience. So it's definitely the way forward when it comes for a stronger push for market adoption. And I would like to congratulate BNB again to be integrated onto OpenSea.
Thank you so much for all the great answers, everyone. I really appreciate that. So I will hand the question to OpenSea right now because I think it's time for Perth and Stevie to have some opinions. So OpenSea is definitely one of the OGs among all the NFT marketplace, and also a current giant in the NFT industry as a whole. So what do you guys think the customers might look for when purchasing an NFT right now? Maybe for investment or maybe for utilities. So what are your point of view?
So I think there's a lot of different reasons why people look for NFTs. Art, utility, what does this NFT give them access to by way of the community? What is the community about? What is the goals of the project, etc. I think one of the really cool things about being able to offer support for BNB chain is, like I said earlier, there's a whole new world of communities that now come and enter the world, you know. And I know we have multiple different types of projects on this call. We'll use gaming as an example. There are not all chains are able to facilitate gaming platforms by way of NFTs, and BNB chain is one of them. So I think being able to offer added elements of options for the world of buyers who come to OpenSea, and just expanding the ecosystem is something that I think will be of a lot of excitement to the community that does come to OpenSea.
Yeah, and adding a little bit to that, first, like, thanks to all the creators who have actually jumped on and provided feedback and actually participated kind of in the, like, with the OpenSea launch. There's a lot of behind the scenes work to get it on board, and OpenSea is nothing without the actual creators coming in, bringing their projects, bringing their communities as well. In terms of what things look for, I think each collection has to find product market fit with an audience, right? And so there's different characteristics for what they really care about. And for us, as we think about it from an OpenSea perspective, a lot of what we try to do is be a viewer. We want collections to come in and share their story, bring their community, right? Talk about what's coming up next, talk about what's already been done as well. And so I think Stevie touched on a lot of these, right? So for some people, it might just be an investment case, right? But for most people, a lot of people, it's about the artwork, it's about the story of the creator, right? Like what brought them, why is this artwork unique to it? It's the community around it, it's utility, maybe you're getting something as a result, right? And then there's probably an audience that likes like technical innovation around it, right? Maybe you do something creative on chain, or it's being used in a novel way in a game, as mentioned. So I think that's a beautiful thing about NFTs, right? The surface area is so large, people can try different things, and we're just excited to explore all the use cases and just see what people do with it.
Absolutely. Like, different audiences are looking for different things, right? And also, I'm so happy to see a diversity between those audiences, and they're looking for different things. So also a question for OpenSea fellas. So over the years, how has the infrastructure for NFT trading has improved? So what are your guys' point of view?
Yeah, I can take first crack at this. So I think the last year and a half, 2 years, like it's there's been a pretty dramatic change, right? So you started with just like pure buying and selling of it, and essentially trading's gotten a little bit more sophisticated from a user perspective, and it's supporting different use cases as you have different types of people that come in, from whales to creators to flippers. Like there's a wide variety of folks that come in. So on the core like marketplace side of things, you have like bulk buying, bulk selling, sweeps. One thing that's been really cool that we started supporting in like mid this year was like collection and trade offers. And so if you're like, hey, I want this NFT, I'm not very sure, or it's a little bit too expensive, you can put an offer to the entire collection. And trade offers are very unique to OpenSea specifically, so you can make offers for very specific trades. And then the things that we're working on right now, and I think that have developed kind of in the NFT marketplaces, include live updates, having very high freshness, better order management. Like these are all things that are either here or coming down the pipeline. One thing really unique to note, right? There's this innovation on this like user customer perspective, and then there's actually a lot of innovation on the contract level too. So OpenSea is built on this smart contract called Seaport, and Seaport's honestly one of the most sophisticated smart contracts out there, and basically it allows for this really rich functionality when you are buying and selling an NFT. And so BNB chain is like, we deployed Seaport on BNB chain as well. And so like if you use it, you get kind of all the functionality out of the box, and including all the things we talked about. And there's a lot of goodies in there too. If you're a developer, you can go and find that out. And one of the biggest things is that there's just massive gas savings as well. And so everything is like highly optimized, highly safe. Trust and safety is really, really important to us. And so we put in a lot of work to kind of build that foundation and infrastructure layer for everyone to use.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, so I would say +1 on the sophistication of buyers and how they look for purchasing. But one other thing I would also add by way of the platform, when the first handful of NFT projects launched a few years back, the needs for the marketplace were pretty simple. It was just to be able to facilitate a transaction. But as projects have evolved, as different types of ecosystems have evolved, the needs for a creator as well as a buyer, for a one-of-one artist or PFP artist, are much different than those of gaming, are much different than those of even photography or music. So to figure out how to create the right viewing experience, buying experience, and listing experience for these different verticals has been something we've spent a lot of time on. I think that will continue to evolve. I think it's not a kind of one size fits all for all the different needs for our creators. So I think our platform has and will continue to evolve a lot in that way.
Absolutely. It's dynamic evolution for all the NFT projects, I would say, as a whole, and also for OpenSea. And also, it's a great piece of information about the Seaport. Thank you so much, Parth. So let's dive into the actual projects. So as you guys see, like it's a football season, and also like cheer for those FIFA fans. And we have invited projects that are related to this well-loved sports, football, soccer, so World League Live and StayNext. So please tell us, what are your views of the synergies between sports and NFTs? Perhaps we should start with WLL first. So
yeah, look, I mean, great question. And I think the world of sports, well, not just sports, realistically, anything with IP backed, anything that is IP backed, has significant value in the NFT space. And these are, I guess it's very early on. We're still very, very early days where IP, mainly in sports and let's say music, in entertainment, let's just say, are finding out the benefits of jumping on chain and kind of bringing things to life via NFTs. With sports, like for example, the way that we have integrated sports and real life IP into gaming, the way that you're able to transition value over from something that is essentially just doesn't translate over other than, I guess, brand likeness to actual value has come from NFTs, right? So essentially, I'd say back in the day or whenever, like even FIFA days, is you're able to interact with brands, IP, football players, stars, just by playing with them. But essentially, there is no ownership piece. You really can't do anything with it, and there's nothing that ties the user into the actual IP. Well, today the NFT side is actually what comes in and connects those two together. So a user that is super highly engaged with a specific brand. I know myself, so I'm a massive Man United fan. Don't judge me, guys, but I am, ever since I was a kid. So today, as an older guy, I still play with them on FIFA. I still interact with the old characters, David Beckham and co. And having a chance to own the IP or have a piece of it that I'm able to either change or pass over or sell or whatever, just use on a marketplace like OpenSea, makes it all the more real. It gives me ownership in the things that I'm passionate about, and also about, I guess, the investment and time and the effort that you put in game, or it could be on any other platform. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a game like World League Live, but I think the same thing is happening in entertainment, in music, in pretty much everything where IP, music, artists, football players, stars, clubs, all of these, massive brands are finding a way to like tokenize, to fractionalize their likeness and pass over to their fans, to their users, and obviously create great perks that keep users engaged, that keep people like me, um, uh, I guess, still interested in Man United, although their playing is awful these days. So at least I can do something else than watch them. And to be honest, that's very real. So another big thing I'll bring in before I pass to Bernard is looking at this World Cup has been very interesting to me, because I guess when I was younger and there was a World Cup, so I won't say what year, but I'd be glued to every match. And I've been spending a lot of time speaking to the younger generation, just like the gaming gen, and asking them, are you watching games? Are you guys even interested in football? And funny enough, there's a massive drop off in the interest of traditional sports. People just don't care anymore and do not have the attention span to watch 90 minutes of men running around and potentially drawing. It gets boring. So things have changed, and this is a great opportunity for brands that have built uh, you know likeness over time, value in their brand over time, to continue to engage with audiences today. And I think this is the only way they'll stay alive, especially with youth. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Absolutely. Well said, Jazam, because like it's a bridge. NFT is kind of the bridge connecting fans and users with the brands or IPs that, as you mentioned, and also as like to their hobbies, I would say, as at the same time. So handing the mic to another great NFT project, which is integrating some football elements, soccer elements, Stay Next. Bernard, so what are your point of view?
Yeah. So I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with Jess. That NFTs give people like a huge sense of belonging. And sports and NFTs definitely do go hand in hand seamlessly. So from our angle, we're more of a real estate based resorts and hotels uh, NFT project. So we're more focused on the experience. So basically, we give people incentives to actually go and watch matches, give them, in terms of rewards and things like this. So based on our partnership with Arsenal Football Club, people ask us the question, why would a football club partner with a resort and hotels company? It doesn't really make sense at all. So after explaining to people what we actually could do, it does make a lot of sense. So what we're trying to do is to actually provide like a wider range of utility of our NFTs to our holders. So as mentioned previously, what we're doing is that we're creating like a co-branded NFT between Staynex and Arsenal FC. So on top of the utilities of resorts and hotels, let's say we partner like a group of hotels in London. So what we do is we encourage people to travel to London to stay. It doesn't matter if it's for a short trip or a long trip, but once you purchase these NFTs, you do have the option of actually heading to Arsenal to actually watch the match as a perk. And on top of that, you could even, meet the players, watch training sessions. So what we're trying to do is to, integrate both football and hospitality together through NFTs, right? It's the only tech that at the moment enables us to do so in this way. So pretty much this gives an incentive to both Arsenal and ourselves in terms of marketability, and even helps the hotels and resorts to give an extra offering to their potential clients. At the same time, Arsenal fans as well will also definitely benefit from the offerings of these resorts and hotels. It gives them discounts to actually stay at these hotels, and on top of that, be able to watch football matches at Arsenal. So pretty much it's the experience of integrating different industries together with hospitality. We're not just talking about football. This could be done with other sports as well, F1 for example. So I would say that to be able to integrate football onto NFTs is the start. Especially it's the most famous game in the world. A lot of people watching it, and also as what Jason mentioned, there's a huge decline in people watching football. So I would say that this is a new way to get newer audiences and viewers to get back their love for the game.
Yeah, I really love the idea that like NFTs are integrating different industries together. So like Gisem, do you have anything to add on to that?
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, the guys at StayNext are doing such an amazing job, because it's exactly kind of what clubs like Arsenal are looking for, right? They're looking to connect to audiences that just have no, they just don't know how to connect to the brand anymore. So just adding perks like this to an NFT only brings more users in, and it allows people to interact with a brand regardless of their actual entertainment style. I won't say how good or bad Arsenal are, but I'm interested in interacting with Arsenal because of the perks that StayNex are offering as a fan, and as someone that's in the space. So it's exactly, and I think the future of entertainment is kind of connecting those perks and those benefits together, and giving users access to different sides of the brand, of the business.
Absolutely. And also utility is a very important part for those NFTs right now. So you guys are really on the right track. So let's jump out of football and soccer for a minute, and let's focus on DID, decentralized identity. I know Space ID is a BNB integrated, or a very important element for the BNB ecosystem. So Solo, do you mind telling us a little bit about DID, decentralized identity, and what are the future uses for DID systems?
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, the main advantage of decentralized identity, like, it's to be able to carry your brand across different platforms that you're using. And I mean, like, at a first level look, decentralized identities, they're already solving problems as of right now, such as having to create new accounts and passwords on every app that you use. Nobody likes to do that, right? Now it's easy. You got your wallet, you connect, and people know you're the same person. You can trust that you're the same person on different applications that you're using. The only thing that your identifier though is a wallet address, right? So, I mean, it's hard anyway for people to recognize that it's you on a social aspect, but the DApp already knows that you're the same person, at least. And I mean, when you have to create different accounts on different platforms, like, it can be very frustrating when for example, I'm known as like Solo on Discord and Xbox Live, let's say, but Solo's already taken on Twitter. So then, like, I have to pick another name, or I have to add some numbers at the end to make it a little bit different. So, like, the first advantage is definitely simplicity, not having to track all your different accounts. Second one is being recognized as being you everywhere you go online. Lets you keep your brand across different applications again. And I mean, you can already start mapping your Web3 identity to your Web2 identity as of right now, if you want to bridge slowly into being recognized into Web3, right? So, for example, I can register solo.bnb for my wallet address, and then I can go and change my Discord name to solo.bnb. And then people are able to now reach out to me on Discord, since that's where most people will discuss in communities still, right? One day, maybe it's all going to be on chain, but right now it's Discord, Twitter, Telegram. So if they know who owns this wallet address and it's corresponding to what I'm using as my identity on Web2 platforms, well, then it's easy for them to contact me. They recognize me, but also let's say like I have some NFTs listed on Opensea. Somebody really wants my NFT. They're ready to make like a certain offer and bargain and offer something else in exchange, for example. Well, now if they have a way to reach out to me because they know it's me, they can chat to me on Discord. Maybe only that is going to give me a good deal that I accept. So just for like a small cost of like $5 for my name, I can have access to discussions like that. I think help me Ethereum wise. But I mean, just beyond the wallet name or username, domain name, whatever you want to call it, you can attach your decentralized identities, multiple things, like the picture NFT you bought and liked, right? The decentralized identity, it's not only your wallet name. It could be also, I mean, tickets of a show you attended, if they're made into like NFTs. It could be a charity NFT badge you receive when you donated to a specific, charity, and you want to display that on the different dApps that you go to. It could be loyalty NFTs that you received from a specific brand or dApp that you use, and they rewarded you using platforms like Galaxy. And even beyond this, in the future, one day, maybe it's going to be also your certified education stamp. Maybe it's going to be like a sport championship you won in high school. Like, who knows? It will be all your interactions with other wallets, all the social graph that comes with it. And I mean, all of this, you can present and take this information of what is you and bring it on other applications. That's the beauty of it. So part of you like doesn't have to cease to exist when you pivot from one social platform to another, right? If you want to stop using Facebook and stop using another platform that's going to come out in the future, you're going to lose your pictures, you're going to lose your friends, you're going to lose trace of everything you did. But in Web3, this wouldn't happen, essentially. And I mean, for all these social apps to appear on chain instead of Web2 platforms, like Twitter, for discussions to start happening there, social interactions to start happening in Web3, starts with a username, right? Can you imagine if everyone on Twitter had 40 character long like Twitter username that you cannot recognize? Like, it wouldn't work. So I mean, only then the features that display a username will arrive in different dApps. So once you can recognize people, you start seeing leaderboards being implemented in different dApps, profiles you can go and visit, discussion forums and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about what the future is going to have to bring for DIDs for sure.
Absolutely. I'm so looking forward, maybe attaching a diploma or a degree even to a decentralized identity, right? That will be a really awesome future that I can imagine. And also, profile picture NFTs are one of the original utilities of the NFT concept from the very beginning. So I want to invite Casey from Goodfellas to share us about like the current growth strategy of NFT projects like you guys. Are there any upcoming utilities, just as mentioned by other projects here, that is going to announce in the pipeline for Goodfellas?
Yeah, so I guess a few things. One, you're right. Like PFPs for sure are the original kind of use case for NFTs, and I think along the way, it's kind of gotten lost how much emphasis really should be placed on that as a utility, right? Think of how much we place on a 250 by 250 pixel JPEG that somebody has. Think of how many assumptions we make about a person just by looking at an image they've selected as their profile picture, right? So that in and of itself is a big deal. But I genuinely feel like the NFT scene is really moving away from just kind of the standard PFP. So like, for example, we have our Binions NFT collection, which is a 3D PFP style NFT. But I mentioned earlier, right? We very quickly after launch added the ability to stake those NFTs so that people could stake them and earn passive income. Additionally, I mentioned, that with our third collection, right? So we'll the third collection of Goodfellas will be a 3D vessel, like a, let's say, spaceship. The users will be able to choose their pilot and co-pilot, so they'll be able to pick their Binion NFT, their MF Toad NFT. They'll be able to kind of fuse their vessel with their hacked NFTs and go on these different rating missions. So, I truly feel like PFP alone is not enough anymore in the market, right? The market is evolving. Projects are evolving. I think investors are, and rightfully so, are demanding more from their projects, especially on BNB chain. The BNB chain NFT scene is very different from the Ethereum NFT scene. You have a lot more projects on Ethereum that strictly are PFP NFTs, and they do very well. I think the BNB chain market segment expects more from their projects. And we're finally starting to see more projects delivering that. I think we as a Goodfellas project are constantly trying to push the envelope and use NFTs in different ways. So we've got dynamic NFTs. We recently launched a program with our hacked NFTs where we are actually doing paid promotions using the TV screens on our hacked NFTs. So for example, Rareboard sponsored a game recently, and anytime one of our hacked NFTs got hacked, there was a custom message that displayed on the screen that said, you've been hacked, use Rareboard, so on and so forth. So you're seeing different use cases emerge with dynamic NFTs. We've also got some things in the works with not only dynamic and interactive NFTs, but also incorporating AI. So AI is another trend that we're seeing emerge, with these different like DALL-E and Midjourney. So some of those different programs. So yeah, I mean, the market as a whole is evolving. Goodfellas is trying to not only stay with that trend, but stay ahead of it and push the envelope. So we've got a lot of things in the works. Next up will be our MMORPG game, and we've also got our Good AI platform coming in the near future as well, which will allow our holders to create their own text to image art using one of the AI generators. They can mint images that they like. The fees from that minting will go into a BNB staking rewards pool. So those are some of the different things that we're doing to kind of continue to grow and evolve and offer diversity within our ecosystem.
Absolutely. Really looking forward. And also, like Casey mentioned about some AI GC platforms, and that's a whole different topic, but very new to the industry, I would say. So yeah, maybe we can cover that in the next YouTube live in the future. But yeah, now handing the mic to our audiences. So if you have any questions for OpenSea, for Pars, Stevie, or for any of the NFT projects over here, I would say not NFT projects, but for the projects over here, please leave your comment or your question in the chat box, and we will pick some questions. I will say 2 or 3 questions and do a live Q&A. So and also just to mention everyone, we have some draws happening right now. So for WLL for World League Live, we have 10 lucky winners to share the 300 BUSD happening in their Twitter. So go check their Twitter and maybe retweet and comment and follow those platforms, and you will maybe be one of the lucky winners. And also Goodfellas is doing a giveaway also to give 3 NFTs, Binion NFTs, for 3 lucky winners. So also on their Twitter, please go comment at RT. Maybe you will be the lucky winners. So yeah, I'm heading back to it. It does not seem to have. So for OpenSea again, so how have you found the response from other communities since adding BNB?
Yeah, I can chat to this a little bit. So generally, it's been really positive. So, and maybe the question is like BNB communities or Arbitrum communities or other chain communities and stuff. But generally, it's been really positive, right? Like I think whenever we add a new chain, it's just bringing a brand new audience to it. For OpenSea users, it's always delightful because they get a whole new set of like collections to go explore. And for us, it's also been fun to like meet some of the folks in this chat and some folks elsewhere as well, and just get a sense of some of the new things that are happening that are unique to BNB as well.
Yeah, plus one to that, excitement's been really high. Us as a company and the team behind OpenSea, we've been excited. We believe in a world of multi-chain, and ultimately OpenSea, we're an NFT marketplace, but really in a lot of ways we are just a blockchain explorer for NFTs, and it's an amazing opportunity to be able to offer additional discovery options for the community who already comes. Both the other chains have been excited. I think the more chains that you can have, the wider the community all around. So I would say the creators from other chains have been excited, and certainly buyers who come to peruse OpenSea have been just as excited, if not more.
Yeah. And it's actually
Absolutely.
like it has been like growing. I think there's data out there, but it's been growing really organically, and it's been in terms of like volume and users as well as that.
Absolutely. And so I just wonder, are there any other questions for the projects? I would say like those projects are so interesting, and they feature as one of the several BNB chain NFTs. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to the projects as a whole. And just several quick announcements before we end the YouTube live today. So each project will do some giveaways from their own Twitter, 10 lucky winners from WLL with 300 USD in the prize pool, and Goodfellas are giving 3 Binance NFTs to 3 lucky winners, and Stay Next are giving like a match ticket, Arsenal match ticket. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting, to a lucky winner. Go check that out on the Twitter. And also Space ID is probably going to give some like gift cards for those ID registrars. So yeah, stay tuned everyone. And we've got a question. Let's do the last quick question for Stay Next. In the future, will any other football club like Arsenal can be integrated in your projects?
Definitely. Well, not just specific to football. Arsenal was, I wouldn't say a pilot project. It was definitely in our intentions to partner Arsenal, because I'm an Arsenal fan. Sorry, Jessam. I know you're an MU fan. The idea of actually integrating with this football club is definitely, in the form of providing more variety in terms of experiences. So our strategy at this point at the moment, because Arsenal is in London and it's such a global city, so it makes sense, to partner with a club at such a centralized and prestigious city. But that does not stop us from, not partnering with other clubs. It could be in our sites, perhaps even clubs in other cities like Barcelona in Spain or Italy or Germany. It's not specific, but definitely could be in our plans to see if it makes business sense for us. If there are hotels in a specific region who are keen to work with us, then definitely we can look at other options, other clubs, or even other sports, to partner with.
I should take you up to Manchester.
Absolutely. Please.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the answer, Bernard, and everyone. I would give a round of applause for this integration from with BNB chain NFTs and also OpenSea. And also thank you so much, guys, for your time and effort putting into this integration. So thank you for the audience who have paid a lot of attention. So if you have any further questions, please go check out their Twitter and leave your comments maybe on their Twitter, they will definitely answer your great questions. So thank you so much, guys. I will call this an end for the YouTube live for today, but stay tuned. There will be like new things coming out in the next few days. So thank you so much, guys.